Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you a brand new software that I've developed that should hopefully make everybody's life a lot easier when diagnosing PS3 issues. Now I do want to clarify I'm by no means the first person to make a software similar to this one. My only intention with making this software was to basically integrate everything that you could possibly want to do in PS3 Syscon and Southbridge UART all into one localized app. So there's a version for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. I'm using Mac OS, so that's what I'll launch. And the very first time that you launch this software, it's probably going to throw a warning about security or whatever. I promise I'm not going to hack you, so you can go ahead and ignore that. Anyways, I'm using a backwards compatible PS3, so I have a Mullyon Syscon. But if you're using a later PS3 model, like a Slim or whatever, you can go ahead and click Sherwood. So as you can see, it automatically detected the correct serial port and authenticated for me. It's even checking the checksum to make sure there's nothing wrong there. And now we're in the main menu of the software, so we can basically do whatever we want. So I'm not going to really go too deep into all of the stuff that we have been typically doing, like, getting B counts. That's pretty explanatory. It just gives you the total usage time of the PS3. And then there's obviously error log. It gives you the error log. Bring up, that's also pretty explanatory. You just turn on the PS3 and see what it's doing. Now, if there's nothing wrong with the PS3, it'll never shut down by itself. So this program automatically shuts it down for you after a... If you don't like that, you could just manually turn the PS3 on with the physical button at the front of the console. Option 5, that's a manual way of shutting down if you need to do so. So this is where things get interesting. Southbridge UART. 6. Press enter. Enable it. It automatically detects the correct Syscon model, writes the correct byte at the correct address for this respective Syscon. And then over here it detects multiple serial devices on my computer. I'm only using one UART adapter, so I'm going to click option 1. But if you were using two UART adapters, you could simultaneously connect to the Southbridge UART and the Syscon UART at the same time. But I'm not doing that, so I'm just going to click option 1. Alright, so now it's giving me instructions on what to do next. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect my RX cable from the Syscon and connect it to the Southbridge UART. And then I'm going to go ahead and press enter. Now it's opened up a new terminal screen just for Southbridge UART. I will manually power on the console with the physical button. And there you go. All of the information that I care about is here. Now I'll go ahead and shut down the console. But it's shutting down now, so I can go ahead and close out this window. And then I will disconnect the RX cable from the Southbridge, connect it back to the Syscon. And then back in this window, I will click enter, and it will re-authenticate into the Syscon automatically. And now we're back to the main menu. So we also have an option to automatically patch your RSX to a newer revision if you were franking the console. Option 8 is live temps. Now this is really cool because you can see the cell temp, the RSX temp, and the Southbridge temp at the same time, along with the fan speed, even if you're on official firmware. So right now I'm getting nothing because the console's off, but I'll go ahead and turn it back on and we'll start seeing real numbers. There we go. Pretty cool. If you want to stop that, you can just go ahead and press 0. It'll take you back to the main menu. And then over here, fan tables. This is pretty cool because you can basically make your own custom fan curves for the PS3. You can view what the current fan table is. There we go. So as you can see, this is the factory default fan table. If you wanted to make a custom one, you could do so by clicking option 2, and that will edit a zone. Zone 0 is the cell, zone 1 is for the RSX. And these P's on the side over here, like P0, P1, P2, etc., these are called policies. So you can specify how many policies you want to set, and then all of the extra ones will just become filler, like it won't be used anymore. If you want to restore the factory defaults, that's option 5. Option 10 here is for VDC voltage editing. You could basically overvolt or undervolt your RSX or cell. This is useful if you want to save energy and lower like operating temperatures of the PS3, or if you wanted to increase your energy usage and increase overclocking capabilities, that's also a thing. The nice thing about this, though, is unlike the original UART script, you don't have to write any hex codes to, change the voltage. You could literally just specify which processor do you want to, edit. I'm going to click the RSX. I want to set a voltage of, say, 1.06. There is no hex code for this specific voltage, but the next closest thing is 1.0625 volts. That's fine. I'll click yes. Then it automatically writes the correct byte for that. If you want to go back to factory defaults, you can always just click option 3 and it'll do that. Dump logs, that's pretty self-explanatory. It just dumps the Syscon logs and a bunch of other information that you want to a local file on your computer so that you could save that for your records or share it with your friends or, get some help. 12, option 12 is basically behaves like the old UART script that you could do on Python, like through a terminal. You can write whatever command you want. I'll just do error log for now. There we go. Or if you wanted to do shutdown, that's a thing. Want to exit, go back to the main menu. You get your error codes. You could also see what they mean by just clicking option 13. That'll take you to the PS3 Dev Wiki. See all the error codes and their definition and what they mean. Very nice stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. I do hope to update the software in the future with more features if possible. If you guys have any feedback, feel free to let me know. So yeah, thank you for watching my video up until now. I hope you have a nice day. Bye-bye.